Again, they're always looking good when he's on the ball. First touch, one back. And over the top. Well, they're being forced to go from distance. John Baggio again. But Ghana will be very happy if they start shooting from there for the rest of the game. Big header forward. Couturier again gets the ball away from Jordan Ayew. Feeds it back into the path of Thomas Fontaine. Jean-Pierre forward into Lapoussin. Couturier makes the move, but the ball's going to come across to this near side where Akampandi is waiting for it, who beats Gideon Mensah to the ball. However, Mensah is backed up by a teammate, Salisu. And Mensah manages to get it away, spirits away to Jordan Ayew. Ayew, though, runs into Couturier. Again, he wins the ball back again and relaunches Madagascar ambitions once more. Back goes Gideon Mensah, though. He's been such a good servant to Ghana for so long now. Spread out wide, this time by Abu Francis. 5 minutes to go or so until the break. It's still Thomas Partey's 11th minute header that separates the two sides. Mensah, under pressure. Couturier's gone down. Jordan Ayew says, get up. I didn't do anything. He'll be fine. Well, it wasn't exactly a punch, was it? Revolution coming forward to get some precisions from the referee about why that wasn't a free kick. Mensah. Unusually, the first touch wasn't great from the Auxerre man. And Salisu is forced to evade Warren Caddy and send it back to the goalkeeper, who also has to avoid the centre forward and does well. And it'll be to play through a round of applause from the Ghanaian bench. Out by Asari. Again, though, no accuracy on the ball forward, so Madagascar pick up possession again. However, it's a free kick in favour of Ghana this time. Here it comes, Ghana into the middle, looking at the referee, who has given a goal kick. I thought he was pointing at the spot for a moment, but no. Little smile from the referee as well. Kudos, who was the man who went down under the challenge from Marcelin. Would have been a very soft one. John Baggio. Akampandi, nice little play here. This is better from Madagascar. Now a chance to get forward with Randri Antanenia. And frustration for Madagascar in this first half. It's not even going to get a corner. Goal kick to Ghana. Ghana going much better here. They had a terrible Africa Cup of Nations qualifying campaign with just 3 draws from their 6 matches to finish rock bottom of that group. So they won't be heading to this country, Morocco, come December for the finals. Even more ironic that they're having to play here for World Cup qualifying because Madagascar are not allowed to play at home. Couturier couldn't quite get there. Ghana again. This would not be good for Madagascar to concede again this close to half-time. Gideon Mensah sends in another ball, but it's easily intercepted this time. Back comes Warren Caddy to help out in midfield. Couturier, whose day job is in the midfield, feeds a decent ball forward into the path of Randrian Antenia. Good tackle by Partey, still going. The goal scorer, but it runs into Ravalosan. However, it's a free kick, is it? No, referee's helping to carry on. We are into 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first half. It's been a decent rhythm to it. Both sides have taken in chance to come forward, but Ghana overall probably worthy of their half-time lead if they get there. Kudos again, going down under the challenge from the captain Ravalosan. So then, first half comes to an end, and it is the goal by Thomas Partey that separates the two sides in this top-of-the-table clash in Group I. Madagascar have come back well, but have not really created too much in attack at half-time. It is Madagascar 0, Ghana 1.
Why is Israel still fighting Hamas? Because of them. Because of 59 hostages, who are still suffering in Hamas captivity. We've seen what Hamas does to our people. Starved, isolated, tortured. We saw it in their faces. We saw it in their bodies. And we won't leave 59 behind. This war has 59 reasons. The only way this ends, our hostages come home, and Hamas lays down its weapons.
A round of applause from the Ghanaian bench. Out by Asari. Again, though, no accuracy on the ball forward, so Madagascar pick up possession again. However, it's a free kick in favour of Ghana this time. Here it comes, Ghana into the middle, looking at the referee, who has given a goal kick. I thought he was pointing at the spot for a moment, but no. Little smile from the referee as well. Kudos, who was the man who went down under the challenge from Marcelin. Would have been a very soft one. John Baggio. Akampandi, nice little play here. This is better from Madagascar. Now a chance to get forward with Randri Antanenia. And frustration for Madagascar in this first half. It's not even going to get a corner. Goal kick to Ghana. Ghana going much better here. They had a terrible Africa Cup of Nations qualifying campaign with just 3 draws from their 6 matches to finish rock bottom of that group. So they won't be heading to this country, Morocco, come December for the finals. Even more ironic that they're having to play here for World Cup qualifying because Madagascar are not allowed to play at home. Couturier couldn't quite get there. Ghana again. This would not be good for Madagascar to concede again this close to half-time. Gideon Mensah sends in another ball, but is easily intercepted this time. Back comes Warren Caddy to help out in midfield. Couturier, whose day job is in the midfield, feeds a decent ball forward into the path of Randrian Antenia. Good tackle by Partey, still going. The goal scorer, but it runs into Ravalosan. However, it's a free kick, is it? No, referee's helping to carry on. We are into 1 minute of time added on at the end of the first half. It's been a decent rhythm to it. Both sides have taken in chance to come.
I am to qualify for African Cup of Nations. Yes. And me a 2 years they say team will be a group will be a shame, you know, or question when you bet German or Broso.
Okay, so they should limit it.
Yes, now, yeah, dream cause a team there come on, you quite faster than my day, because matches in our canoe,
okay.
And here, because my say team do honor or my pressure can cry into me, into come and fast coach, and more team out there because on your
5 minutes
information or boy, I'll share fine. 4 born in Warful, and I can't say they has 7 has Kotoko, place you cried actually, I show by to me show 5 for no, baby show.
Okay, okay.
So what I say, yeah. And I know just say, Utado, I did not chairman. Information men are not chair of
you see,
yeah. Oh, me who coach our team refreshing players, me who be that.
Naturally, also, it's football, naturally, almost.
And I'm man lamb no for being motor because Bassa, Obama players not panicking more. And my home for too much coach.
So much,
yeah, because we my board will know when you know and so.
Okay,
but I'm more panicking players. Players are more, I want TV. So I say, to mess around and then match, you know, minimum say Bahomis. Yeah, West cry draw.
By all means, now, person said then.
I was here, show. What I say? I was here, so because you to me and show what they are. Now, my who says I team no, team a on here say dey any to so.
Okay, intimate Madagascar.
Yes, me am fear any two team no so.
Okay.
That's it. It's the American no.
Legend and I think Kalisto remember on me. Na inti onso so game no 5-0 and the match na kwakobo no. Mamintio.
Yes, it was a good resource, good performance.
In the top corner, and that's 2-0 Gambia. Oh, Yankuba Minteh with his 5th international goal. He scored 5 goals in the Premier League this season. He's now made it 5 for the Scorpions as well. Loads of space on this near side. Did well to keep the ball in with the cutback for Minteh, and after that, shifted it onto his right foot, his weaker foot, smashed it into the top corner. The keeper beating at his near post. He won't be happy about that, William Otieno. They don't want to be making risky passes like that at the back, and now an opportunity here for Kenya, and is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Well, the ball cheaply given away in front of their own area. The ball put in behind, and the Ayunga there just bending his run in front of the defender. Can he make it the big 3-0 here? Bring the Harambee Stars back into the game. Olunga against Jaju. And Olunga scores. Perfect penalty into the bottom corner. The keeper goes the wrong way. And Kenya are right back in this now. Kenya still on the attack here, keeping the ball moving. They need some support over on the left-hand side, though. Now it's slowly arriving. Otieno inside. Good run. Oh, what a strike that is! Wow! Mohamed Bajema with a stunning strike into the top corner. Well, some of the players may be thinking about stopping for a drink, but wow, they've earned that drink now. And the substitute, Bajema. Plenty of white shirts forward again. Both teams going for the 3 points here. I think that's fair, really. I don't think another draw really does either side any good. Looking at the overall state of the group, especially with Gabon handily winning at home to Seychelles, certainly at half-time, last I looked. And on the turn, here's a shot. Oh, and there's 3-2. The Gambia take the lead again. Well, they virtually walked it in there, did the Scorpions. And is that sting in the tail that was required? Minteh picked it up on this near side. The shot deflected, no offside. And Musa Barrow has bagged his second of the game. Eric Otieno comes over, he's going to take the full run at this long throw. Good throw as well, flicked on at the near post, and there's the equaliser. There is the sting in the tail, and it's the Scorpions that are the victims this time.
Eswatini, Eshomu 1-0.
Eswatini.
Yes, Eshomu 1-0. So, if you look at it, there are team omu concede.
Okay. Eshomu pa.
Omu team omu concede. So, if you are going to meet a team or concede, what it means is that you make sure say, wobe defend ye.
Okay.
So that omu concentration lapses na and omu concede most times, you know, you punish them. Okay. We don't need 2-0, we don't need 3-0, we don't need 5-0. Just 1-0.
Okay.
Victory is all that we need, because Comoros now over 9 points, you know, will play Chad today. Okay. What I say, Omebo, I think what's now Morocco.
Okay.
But Mali in Central African Republic, we have 4. I'm sure said that whatever happens in that particular game will also go ahead to let the players know, say, look, the group, if we fail to win, or if you fail to to get a point. Even say in draw, we are widely opening the group, and it will not be good for us.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Everyone say yes. We don't need to put ourselves in that position. I've said we are in total control of this particular group.
Yeah,
and we will qualify for the World Cup if we beat Madagascar today.
Okay.
If you look at the dynamics, see Madagascar now. I carry 2 home games.
Yeah.
And 2 away games. 2 home games, will be against Comoros and Mali.
Yeah.
These are teams almost shows that they are fighting back.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And almost fighting back, Ghana has
Okay.
Now we will only need a draw.
Okay.
Just to
qualify.
Keep the gap between you and you.
Okay. Okay.
What Mali Beba has said. Then you have a Chad, our Central African Republic.
Okay.
Next, in the first game, we were Chad. So we're not 3 points. Then Central African Republic will be our last away game.
Okay.
And
Comoros will fear.
Yes. Now we are done with the group. But say, yeah, Beba say we are done with the group. I was said victory, very crucial, very crucial. The point between Yene, Mali, and Comoros now, I see them say, Madagascar. What they will do is say they will give Ghana more opportunity to qualify because they will be able to. Ebi omone Mali bo metu menya draw bi omone Comoros bo metu mi send Central African Republic no metu ma share Comoros bi na fe amayen sa briefing space no but ono no obeye sa de no you make sure say we work
where Jordan Ayew is leading his team back onto the pitch in a position of power at the moment in Group I. They lead by 1-0 thanks to Thomas Partey, who's enjoying a great season with Arsenal and arguably had an even better game with Ghana at the weekend. Draw some rave headlines from the local media, and he'll probably be getting more of them after scoring tonight. He celebrated a half-century of caps against Chad and his 51st for Ghana, with a goal this evening after 11 minutes from a free kick. Beautifully headed in, just a few minutes after. They had a kind of dress rehearsal from exactly the same sort of set piece. Madagascar reacted well to going down, but they have not really been able to create too much, and you can see them there in the tunnel. Just one last little huddle to try to get themselves back into this game. Well, Madagascar has shown that they have the quality in the final third of the pitch in this qualifying campaign. But Ghana, who went 8 games in all competitions without a victory before finally coming back into this latest tranche of World Cup qualifiers with 1 victory and now halfway to another. And if they do, then they would really mark an imprint on this group. Just 1 to go through to the finals. And Madagascar on 10 points coming into this game, which was at the lower end of the 4 teams in second place who are best placed out of the 9 groups to go into the playoffs. Well, they need to do something here. Kick off at the beginning of the second half. It's Madagascar 0, Ghana 1. Thomas Partey then is the man who's got the feel-good factor coming back to Ghana, who missed out on qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations that will be here in Morocco later in the year. But where they would really like to be is in North and Central America for the World Cup next year. And an early shot straight on from distance that goes wide. Well, Kudos looking a little bit disappointed there. That was ambitious, though, to be fair. One of the few players that didn't either score or set up a goal against Chad last Friday. And Madagascar have given the ball away again. From distance again, over the top from Jordan Ayew this time, and well, that wasn't any better than the last shot. Jordan Ayew, though, in terrific form of late. Scored from the penalty spot against Chad that made it 3-0 in the first half, before his side went on and scored 2 more goals in the second. He also scored in the 4-3 win, a real ding-dong battle against Central African Republic as well. The game before that. And he was the man who also scored the winner in the 94th minute away in Mali back in June last year. That one coming after their only defeat in the competition so far away in Comoros. It's been helter-skelter in this group. Have led the group, Ghana have led the group. Madagascar, even after they won their match day 4 game, were top for a brief period. Black Stars continuing to win back possession. Back inside. There by the right back. Very successful 4-3-3 system that was deployed by Otto Addo in the game against Chad, with Inaki Williams, Antoine Semenyo and Jordan Ayew leading the attack. Inaki Williams on the bench today. Man who plays his club football for Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Liga. Madagascar with their first try to get forward. Warren Caddy on the ball. Revolution sprinted out wide. Well, they're trying to get the throw-in out of that, and they are going to get it. John Baggio runs straight into a Ghanaian defender, but picked up by Couturier. Couturier again, and he's going to try from distance this time. I think it was supposed to be a shot, but it wasn't exactly the cleanest contact by the midfielder, and it wound up nearly being a really good cross.
Okay, continue, Elijah, continue. You will see. Every action talk.
Fair amount of consternation going on the bench here for Ghana, I think. It's offside. Took about 5 goals for Jordan Ayew. It's one behind Mohamed Salah coming into this game, the Egyptian. They play tomorrow in their group. Looking for Jordan Ayew on the edge of the area. And we're thinking about another shot from distance. Kudos lays it out wide. It's a decent ball into the middle, but it's well dealt with by the Madagascan defence. Comes over onto this far side where it's picked up by John Baggio. Ghana again, though, making the challenges in midfield, stifling the Madagascan attack. Gideon Mensah. Well, Ghana's mediocre attack was largely to blame for their failure in Africa Cup of Nations qualifying, but the change of coach seems to have shown them the way to goal once again. And you can see the fluidity in their attack in this game. Kingsley Schneider is going to take this, the man who plays in Turkey with Samsun Spor. In the end, though, it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Five minutes into the second half, still 1-0 to Ghana. And not really an awful lot of difference in terms of play from the first half coming into the second. Good tackle in midfield, though. Couturier once again making himself a nuisance, along with Loïc Lepoussin, man who plays for Saint-Trudense in Belgium in the Jupiler League, who are into the relegation playoffs there. So things not going too well for Lepoussin's club side. That's overhit, he'll go behind for a goal kick. Madagascar actually behind as well against the Central African Republic before coming through to win that one. Went behind to a 9th minute goal by Hugo Gambo, which was only 2 minutes before they went behind in this game as well. So if you take that as a portent, then perhaps there's a way back. Having said that, though, they had gone in front with 2 goals from Rayan Ravalosan by half-time last Wednesday, so they have not looked like doing that here tonight. Ayu goes around Couturier this time, feeds it into Partey. Kudos, still going. In the end, good persistence, ball comes in from Gideon Mensah. Ayu's he's gonna have another go from outside the area. It's deflected this time and goes behind for a corner. Well, Madagascar, even though they weren't the home side in their last game, Central African Republic were, the game still took place here in Morocco. So they've been able to just stay for the intervening 5 days. Jordan Ayew with the corner kick, good one, and it's a second goal. 8 minutes into the second half and Ghana double their lead. Set piece undoing Madagascar again. Well, out of the blocks fast. Thomas Partey with his second goal of the game. And there's a handful of Ghana fans inside this otherwise empty stadium to cheer. It's a brilliant ball in and a really good rise into the air by the Arsenal man. And Ghana lead by 2-0 in this top of the table clash against the team from the middle of the Indian Ocean. And Corentin Martin's second game in charge is not going according to plan.
You've got better things to do. Create surveys in under a minute with AI-powered help from SurveyMonkey.
And for Jordan Ayew, it might not be a goal that he scored himself, but it is an assist. And it's the first goal that Jordan Ayew has actually created after all the ones that he scored. 10 minutes into the second half, and Madagascar have a rather large hill to climb now as they trail by 2-0. Things stay the way they are, they will drop 5 points behind the group leaders. It's another set piece, not to worry them. In it comes from Ayew again, it bounces all the way across. Finally out by Akampandi. Madagascar need a reaction, but Warren Caddy, surrounded by Ghanaian defenders, ends up losing possession again. 13 goals now under Otto Addo since he returned as Ghana coach in 3.5 games in charge once more. La Poussin for Madagascar. They still don't really look like they have an idea of how to break down this Ghanaian midfield, yet alone defence. It's not the best tackle by Party, coming through the back of John Baggio. One thing's for sure, Madagascar now need to score the next goal, and they need to do it relatively soon if they are to change the momentum of this game. Schindler, no way through there. So back it goes to Jiku. Semenyo. Back to the former Strasbourg centre-back. Now in his second season in Turkey. Down to walking pace in the middle. Jordan Ayew, though, tries to inject a little bit of pace. Lovely ball through. And the third goal. Well, smash and grab. And it's Kudus to Kudus, who scores the third goal and surely makes the 3-point save. Well, they've taken this game apart inside the first 12 minutes of the second half. And Madagascar didn't get the next goal, which they surely needed. Good strength shown by the captain, Jordan Ayew, in the middle. And then a little ball through, Kudos shaking off his marker. And scoring his first goal of this World Cup qualifying campaign. And the man whose club, West Ham United, are rather suffering in the English Premier League is certainly enjoying life with the Black Stars. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3.
Again. Well done, Jiku. Jiku, well done. King. No. He just said no. He said no, come back.
Well, I would imagine that Otto Addo will carve a more relaxed figure now inside his technical area, with his side very much in control. Corentin Martins, who only took charge on the 30th of January at Madagascar. That route towards a maiden World Cup finals now looking just a little further off. As we hit the hour mark, Madagascar 3 goals down to Ghana, who are very much on top in this top of the table clash in Group I. Oof, nearly got in again there. Well, starting to lose confidence, Madagascar now, and a throw-in conceded rather easily that Schindler will take. Fontaine feeds it out wide. There's Akampandi. Ayew, surrounded by red shirts. A little bit of keep ball now being played by the Black Stars. Gideon Mensah shows you now they feel like they've won the game. Back to the goalkeeper. That didn't work out though. And all of a sudden, Lapusa can bring this forward down the left-hand side. Good tackle though. Brings his run to an end. Kudus. Well intercepted by Lapusa, trying to get away from Schindler. Schindler, though, has won the ball back again, and now that will be a free kick to Ghana. Well, the game between these two sides on the open day qualifying was a tight affair that ended 1-0 to Ghana. This has been much more of a demonstration, as Corentin Martins, not surprisingly, now wants to make a few changes. Ilham Araita is one of those who's going to come on. Eva is also looking like he's going to come into the fray as well. Oof. That was as tight as it gets when it comes to offside, and of course with no VAR then the linesman's view is law. That one was a bit of a panic kick forward by Madagascar, straight into the arms of Asare. Hasn't had too much to do tonight. The Ghanaian goalkeeper in only his second appearance for Ghana at the age of 32. His debut coming last week. Man who is having his best season for his club, Hearts of Oak, and has yet to concede a goal as an international keeper. Forward by Francis. Tackled by Couturier, Lapusa. John Baggio, nice play. Raveloston Well, it's a nice move so far, but we've seen this before. What they need is a bit more like that.
Break free with the new Opera GX, the browser that puts you in control, with a brand new design that frees up even more pixels for personalization and an inventory of features to up your game at every level. Like GX Control to help rein in your resources with integrated limiters for RAM, CPU, and network. A sidebar for direct access to your favorite side quests, streams, and posts. And built-in privacy tools like ad and tracker blockers and free no-log VPN. Check into GX Corner for the latest news, deals, and free games. But what really makes our hit different is mods, giving you the power to change everything from animated wallpapers to themes, sounds, music, and shaders, so you can change everything. Get Opera GX.
As an MSF doctor, I may need to stop the bleeding, treat gunshots, or care for blast victims all in seconds. Just £30 will help us save lives. Every second counts. You can buy us vital time.
By Barajo, who didn't play a part in the game against Central African Republic. Ravalosan. Good breaking up a play in the midfield, though, by Ghana. However, the ball makes its way in. Gideon Mensah gets there first. Finds his captain, Ayew. Kudus gets away from Couturier's robust challenge. And a nice ball down the line, and the veteran Jordan Ayew doesn't quite have the speed he used to have, and it goes out for a goal kick. So then Lapoussin is coming off and will be replaced by Marco Ilaimanatrea. Plays for Kortrijk. Former France under-20 international before taking on Madagascar nationality to play at international football. Kortrijk, also like Lapoussin's Saint-Trudense, are in the relegation playoffs in the Belgian Jupiler League. Ilaimanatrea gets his first touch since coming on. Fontaine. Everybody backing off him. Delivers a long ball forward, but too many players in yellow to back up to stop that. However, this is better. Vaharaninya back inside, looking for the return ball, the substitute, but there's a little bit too much on that, and it'll be a goal kick. El Hadri Raharenrenia plays for Paris FC's under-19 team. He's only 18 years old himself, the attacking midfielder. Paris FC, the senior team, trying to get up into Liga for the first time in a while. Semenyo is going to come off then for Ghana and will be replaced by Iñaki Williams, the athletic Bilbao man. 30-year-old right winger, ex-Spain internationally, represented Spain once back in 2016 after having represented the under-21s for quite a long time, actually. Comes on for his 19th appearance for Ghana with 20 minutes to go, and Ghana sporting a very healthy 3-0 lead. That's good play. That's the kind of bite that we haven't seen too much from Madagascar in midfield, and now they're breaking forward, and here comes Caddy. It was a good attempt at goal. He's claiming that there was a touch that took it behind. Nobody else, though, is agreeing with him, and it will be a goal kick. But the sharpest piece of attacking by Madagascar in the game is not rewarded. Warren Caddy. It's only his 8th appearance for Madagascar as he looks for his first goal for them. Couturier gets ahead of Jordan Ayew. Forward by Salisu, the captain can't get it. Caddy brings it down off his shoulder, and Ayew manages to somehow retrieve the ball again before Couturier goes through and steals it back once more. Couturier has been by far the best player on the Madagascar side in this game. Man who has played in France for the likes of Chambly and Les Herbiers, which some of you might have heard of because of their Coupe de France exploits over the years. Went to Hesperanga in Luxembourg before moving this season to Villefranche. Ball across, all the way across, and out for a throw-in. Raveloson in midfield. There's space out onto the right-hand side. He's slightly underhit that, but it does reach his target. 3 men in the middle. Not exactly charging forward. And all of a sudden, the Black Stars defenders all back in place, and Gideon Mensah makes the challenge. However, the ball given away straight away by Jordan Ayew. Fontaine through to Couturier. John Baggio. Back inside. First proper shot. Follow up. Starting to find their way towards goal. El Hadri Raharinenya getting through on goal and getting the shot away. And the 18-year-old there almost coming up with his first international goal for Madagascar. It's Iñaki Williams being told to behave, the Ghana substitute, as we wait for this set piece. It's taken short. Couturier. Nice turn. Gets the shot in as well. Or gets the cross in at least. But Ghana have done well, and now they're pushing out. All the way back to Dupia. Well, the changes for Madagascar have made something of a difference. However, have they left it too late because they're 3-0 down? We're heading towards the 75-minute mark. Ghana still very much in control. Akampandi. That's a better ball into the box. Well, I think there's a few Madagascars screaming for a penalty there, but I didn't see a handball. Nice ball out wide. Into the path of Raharinenya again. He's going to drop the ball to the back post, and it's picked up by Asare. Well, quite clearly did not hit the arms of Francis Abel. Squarely in the chest. Only Comoros and Chad still to play in this group, so it means that with either of those teams in the top two. In fact, Comoros down in 4th place at the moment on 9 points. Ghana will extend their lead to 5 points over Madagascar. Comoros, if they beat Chad, can reduce that back down to 3, and more importantly, put themselves back into the top two. Yellow card for Thomas Fontaine, the Madagascar centre-back. Madagascar also making a change as well. Off comes Caddy. And on comes Hakim Abdallah, 27-year-old Dinamo Bucharest forward. Who's not been exactly in scoring form of late, but nevertheless has come on and will be looking for his first goal in this World Cup qualifying campaign in only his 2nd appearance in it. Ball away to the far-hand side. Scrambled away by Madagascar. Jordan Ayew, bizarrely, is almost the last man back, the centre forward. He'll pick it up again. It's a good tackle in the middle of the park, though, by Andrian Narayanana. That's the state of play at the moment. And Ghana don't look like they're going to release their strong hold on this game. Sade just about manages to get the ball away under pressure. Salisu somehow squeezes it through to Ayew, who is immediately tackled and challenged there by Fontaine, and it will be a throw-in to the away side. Well, next up for Ghana after this will be the return match against Chad in September, as we head into the last few games of World Cup qualifying. Ghana will finish off Chad away, Mali at home, then they go to Central African Republic and finish against Comoros. That could be a big game, actually, against a side that is also chasing for that single qualifying place and were indeed top after 4 games. That's going to be too far for Kudos to catch up with. As for Madagascar, well, they will lose ground here, so suddenly the margin for error will be vastly reduced for them. African Nations Championship qualifying coming up next for them, before they come back to World Cup qualifying in September with a home game, which will probably be outside of the big island in the Indian Ocean against Central African Republic. They then also host Chad before finishing with 2 away games, which is going to be a tricky. Comoros and then Mali. A couple more substitutions coming up then. On comes Ebenezer Annan, the 22-year-old Red Star Bell grade player. Off comes Gideon Mensah, Kudus. And I think Razak Simpson has come on as well. Man who plays in Ghana for Nations FC. Midfielder who has had some reasonable scoring form for his club in recent games. There's Ayew going over for the corner kick. 10 minutes to go. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3. Ayew's going to leave this time. In comes the corner kick near post. Not the best delivery. And Madagascar make an easy escape. Decent ball forward. Abdullah, first touch as he came on as a substitute, gets the ball across, but far too close to the goalkeeper, Benjamin Asare, who makes an easy smother. just haven't really had the quality today. We've been talking in the match about how they have improved their attack in this World Cup qualifying campaign, but it's been strangely absent against Ghana today. Now, what's going on here? There's a Ghana player down just inside the box. So the referee has halted play and called on the physios. One of whom looks like it's quite a run for him to get that far across the pitch. Well, it looks like it's just cramp. I think the Semenyo who's gone down, a rather glum-looking bench for Madagascar now. The points have somewhat escaped them. They look in no fit state to be able to come back and retrieve anything from this game. It's like a few locals in to enjoy this football and enjoy their neutrality. So off goes Jerome Apoku, one of the changes from the starting lineup against Chad last Friday. He gets replaced by Jonas Ajeti. A 21-year-old defender who plays in Switzerland for Basel. Schindler will take the latest throw-in with just under 7 minutes to go of normal time. Madagascar wanting to get on with it, but the trouble is that even when they have got on with it, they haven't really threatened that much. Another good tackle, but it's a third throw-in for Ghana as they advance down the pitch by increment. Schindler again is going to look a little longer this time. And again, it's a throw-in. Well, at this rate, he's going to be able to throw a throw-in into the penalty area if he keeps going like this. Again, looks forward. This time finds a teammate. A little bit of showboating from Semenya. Out wide by Marcelan. Given away, though, again. Change of personnel, though, out on that left-hand side now with Gideon Mensah having come off.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up.
Once more, but good tackle in midfield. Stops that being what was going to be a very dangerous counter. Ilham Haritala spreads it out wide once more. Midfielder gets it back again, looks up, but there's nobody moving ahead of him, so the ball goes square. In by Couturier. Again, the Ghanaian challenges come in and smother any shots that were being to be attempted. Picked up by Fontaine. It's nicely cushioned there by Rahari Nanya. Couturier met by a Ghanaian tackle, and it will be a throw-in. We're inside the last 4 minutes. Couturier can hear Otto Addo. Every time that Ghana make a challenge, he's congratulating them as if it's still 0-0. Once they're intensity to remain high for the entirety of the game, even though the game is already won. Ghana on their way to a 4th straight World Cup victory. Their campaign well and truly back on track as they edge slowly but surely towards Group I's automatic qualifying place. Schindler. Nice clever play by the right back, drawing the free kick from Raharinenya. Jordan Ayew inevitably comes across to pull rank there on Ernst Numa, man who plays for Olympique Lyonnais in Ligue 1, although he's leaving it for his captain to take. In it comes, dangerous ball again, but this time Madagascar deal with it slightly better. Raharinenya turns well. It's a good ball forward as well. Oh, it's well kept in, is it? Well, it looked like that ball had stayed in. But Njiva looked like he'd given up on it. It's a good ball inside the box, but it comes straight back out again. Ilan Maharitra once more. Fontaine. It's a little bit short. Ghana intercepts, and they have a chance now to come forward, but Couturier tracks back and makes another vital challenge in midfield. Holding midfielder has had a good game, but has not really been backed up by his teammates. We're heading into the last minute of the game. Ghana cruising towards 3 points. Final minute, ticking down. Ghana's players obviously conscious of that, all the way back to the goalkeeper, who looks long, back by Fontaine. Ayew, lovely little drop of the shoulder, moves him into the Madagascar half. Partey, out wide. There's a number of Ghana players forward here, looking for Ayew. It went just behind the skipper. And they unable to continue his rich vein of scoring form. Man who has scored in the last 3 World Cup qualifiers. Finally has that little mini run ended here. However, 4.5 minutes to go. We are into the first minute of those 5 added on at the end of the game. And unless the Madagascar can come up with something truly miraculous, then they are on their way to being beaten by Ghana, both home and away, in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Couturier to Fontaine. They would love to get 1 goal, but Benjamin Asare would very much like to have a second clean sheet at the beginning of his international career. Ravalosan out wide. It's a free kick, has gone the other way though to Ghana. Philippe Couturier, the man to have made the foul. There it is, knee on knee. One could argue, though, that that happened because he was fouled himself. Well, when it's not your night, it's not your night. He'll feel a fair amount of injustice in that decision, I think. Not that really it's going to make too much difference to where the 3 points are going at the end of this. Ghana obviously will take every bit of time they can. Take this free kick that is driven forward by their goalkeeper Asare. Back by Fontaine. Brought down by Jordan Ayew. It's a nice little ball out square. Picked up by Francis. This time it's a free kick the other way. Well, Ghana won't be too unhappy with this. Stop and start play. Madagascar unable to get any kind of rhythm up. Halfway through the 5 minutes added on. Madagascar don't look any nearer to scoring than they have for pretty much the entire game. Well, you can hear, that's that 5 Ghana supporters who are leading, well, they are the entirety of the celebration for Ghana tonight. One more chance perhaps for Madagascar, but it still can't find a man in the middle. Couturier, tireless running, goes on the overlap, tries to get there before it goes out and gets there, but can't find a Madagascar teammate. Ghana defending until the end. And it'll be a throw-in. Big step forward this in the hunt for World Cup qualification for a Ghana side who went to the last finals in Qatar but underperformed. Looking slightly out of breath now is Alexander Jiku. As the referee, no, it's not the final whistle. It will be soon, though, in the next 15 seconds or so. Meanwhile, Thomas Fontaine looking long with the throw-in. Centre-back gets it back once more and is met. Final whistle goes. A big statement win tonight by Ghana in Group I. 2 goals from Thomas Partey in his 51st appearance for Ghana. 1 goal for Mohamed Kudus. Madagascar never really threatened. So a second clean sheet for Benjamin Asare in his second international appearance. A 4th straight win in their qualifying campaign and a 5th in their 6 matches. A 5-point lead over Madagascar as it finishes here. Madagascar 0, Ghana 3.
wants to put you in danger and take...
Chachi! Arjun, that money you sent with Remitly made Chacha's birthday so special.
How about that secret family chai recipe you promised?
Of course, Chachi's chai. First, let's get the water boiling. Now add cloves, cardamom, ginger, and loose tea. Oh, don't forget my secret ingredient, huh?
No one makes chai like Chachi.
Stay close when you're far apart. Send money to India with the Remitly app. Remitly UK Limited is authorized and regulated by the FCA.
Welcome back. So tonight we have a live guest in studio, the President's spokesperson and minister in charge of government communications is joining us in studio to talk about 35 days of His Excellency John Maham's presidency. Before we talk to him, here is a preview of a short documentary that the presidency put together highlighting some of the work done by the president in his first 30 days of office.
We will hold a national economic dialogue to draw up a 4-year fiscal consolidation plan. We would rationalize taxes